What's going on here? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in to another video. Today we are returning back to the Does It Drift video series where, well, you know by this time what we're doing. We're testing them in the damn game and seeing if they have the ability to be drift cars. Today is going to be the Retinue MkII, and just like its brethren, the other Retinue, it's a pretty car. Is this rear wheel drive first off? All right, it is okay. Saying there's a chance. So this one won't be as large of a waste of the money as the Komoda is. I mean, I sold the Komoda. We already got rid of that one. That was not going to be part of my drift collection. Really didn't fit in any of my other collections either. It has a nice snap, crackle, pop. It really does, but that only goes so far in my book. Obviously, we're doing the Does It Drift on this, but we will also do a Does It Rally on this, bringing back the series. Oh boy, no armor, no brakes, bumpers. I'm just going to look at them, see what they're all about. Nothing too crazy. Got some rear bumpers. Got a little diffuser. Okay. No biggie. Engine, gotta do it. Explosives, nah. Fender. Ooh, it's got some cool wide body stuff on it. I like that. I don't mind the stripped down look either. Let's get rid of her livery. I'm gonna look at the liveries just to look at them. Yep, not gonna do it. Plate, leaving it alone. Respray. You know what? I'll put a little respray on her. I think we're just gonna go with something pretty easy, pretty minimal. Otherwise, I'm gonna spend too much damn time doing this. Do the Dash VIP wheels on this thing just to keep it basic, keep it standard. Leave that alone. Throw a little tint on there for the ladies, you know. And there we go. And we're off. I mean, we got max camber.
Tony Prince, I'll cut straight to the chase.
It's got a little bit more grip on it than I would like to see, but we got to bring it to the track to see if it stances up. I'm not willing to blow it up right here. Uh-oh, it's starting to rain. It's about to get interesting now. Oh, damn it. I'll say one thing, in the rain, this car is a lot of fun. Well, guys, I had a little bit too much fun doing that. Let's bring this thing to the track, though. Alright, yet again, kind of like the last episode, this may not be the best course to bring this thing to, based on what I got to see. It's a fun little single-gear drifter. It definitely does hit the clutch kick. I did not try to shoot one bullet at the wheels, but I'm really just assuming that this is just like the other vehicles, that it's just not going to stand up. These new vehicles, they don't stance. Their point was that maybe I shouldn't hit vehicles, you know, that because they don't stance. I shouldn't hit them on efficiency. I should maybe give them more on efficiency. They should get more for it. And the reason, I completely understand that. And that comment got quite a good little chunk of likes, so there's a lot of other people that understand that. Why is it raining? I didn't want it to be raining here. Damn it. There's plenty of other people that agreed with that, and I do not disagree with that, but the reason it has been the standard to hit something like that is because it's pretty inevitable. If a vehicle does stance up, it's a heck of a lot better for the drift community, for the style of what we need to do to get that car sideways and keep it sideways. It's much better for the vehicle to be able to stance. And if it stances up really easily, then it's a great, phenomenal free mode drifter. It's decent with damage. That's the efficiency thing for me. And that's kind of how it's, well, that's definitely how it's always been in the Does It Drift series. So I know it's raining here, guys. I know that's not a good way to test it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to at least take one little run here, and then maybe I'm going to have to stop talking and take my run. Otherwise, I'm going to have to take a couple runs. Oh, I can't really see the track very well. Oh, too aggressive. I don't really remember where this track is. I haven't been on this in a long time, and you can hardly see it out here in this freaking wet stuff. Everything's wet, everything's the same. And we're going backwards, all right. Throw her sideways. Oh, okay, I'm not going that way, I'm going this way. Alright, moment of truth. Will this thing stance up? Nope, I didn't see a damn thing there. Nor did I see anything there. I'm gonna hit it all the way around. Why not waste the ammunition? Not seeing her moving. No, not seeing her moving at all. Alright, I'm gonna load up a different track that doesn't have rain on it, or that's not current weather, and we'll catch back up with you then. Alright, so we pretty much have, well, we've figured out that it doesn't stance up. I'm going to take one more shot at it. It takes the damage like a champ, that's for sure. No smoke, no blow up, no nothing like that, but unfortunately that's all for nothing. It's just a big waste of ammunition. There was no movement there. I'm sure we won't feel any difference in the handling line. Nope, feels exactly the same. Ooh. Gonna take me a second to get reacclimated with the non-slippery line. I was getting pretty used to that rain. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of overcorrecting now. It's not wanting to hit the... Man, it's really hard to engage that speed boost. Okay, so in the rain, this thing is a lot of fun. Here on the track in the dry, not so hot. I'm not saying you can't get no slides out of it. Yes, it will drift. It really misses its boost. Yeah, like it won't hit it. Okay, so it has to be going really quick. It's got to be going quite a bit faster than the normal car to hit its speed boost, which is tough on a track like this. Man, but when it hits it a lot. You see how much we went flying? Oh my goodness. It doesn't really like to engage the boost at all either when you're at all in an angle. Even if you're going up to speed. And you have to be going damn fast too, wow. Okay, alright, well, I'm getting a pretty good feel of this here, actually. First off, the single gear drift, we don't grade that on that, but I just want to say a couple things. You can kind of always feel what a car is going to be like with the single gear. Yeah, no, there's more cars that will drift single gear than there are just normal. Usually if a car will drift normal, it'll drift single gear at least a little bit. And this car has I don't know, it has a bit more grip than you would like, of course. It just wants to kind of, it's similar to the Komoda, where it wants to hook up, but not as much where it wants to take off when it hooks up. It just wants to stop spinning out. Plain and simple. But moving on to more important terms, the drift, I just don't like how how straightforward you have to be and how damn fast you got to be moving. Oh, to hit that speed boost, that second gear speed boost. Like, we're going to have to straighten out completely here. It still misses it there, too. Missed it there as well. Damn it. It's pretty tough to hit. Just building up the speed to do slides just like that. More of a handbrake slide. All right, well, let's get into it. Let's get right into it. It's a $1.6 million car. When it's all said and done, you're looking at a pretty hefty amount of money that's going into this thing. It's, again, you're in the $2 million range if you put everything into it. Maybe slightly under $1.9 million. Thankfully for this car in the Komoda, it seems like you're getting a little bit more back for them when you sell them, which, you know, I'm all for that. Give me a little bit more than half of my money back, which is what you're getting here pretty much. But just like the Komoda, when it comes to drift vehicles, you're talking, there's a lot of vehicles out there that handle just fine that are in the $100,000, $200,000, $500,000 range. We're talking way more than 4 of those vehicles if you're in the $100,000 or $200,000 range. We're talking 8 or 10 or 20 of those vehicles. As I said, again, with the Komoda, you better be getting something really good for your money if you're going to spend that kind of money. And if it's not a nostalgia type of thing, then it needs to be performance. And I don't really think that this is a nostalgic drift car by any means. And it certainly doesn't perform very well as a drift car. So is this in return something I'm going to say, hey, this is a great value, guys. You need to get out there and you need to buy this thing immediately. No, it just isn't. It's pretty much the same frame as the Komoda there. Pretty similar. I mean, that car may even drift slightly better just because it was substantially easier to get into that second gear speed boost. Man, yeah, see, it's pretty touchy even with the corrections. In the rain, again, it was much smoother. That's, I think, why I was having a lot of fun. I was just silent, drifting away in the rain. Take this thing to the rain, guys. If you get in the rain, I think this is a lot of fun. A very, very unique drift car. Handles very well in the rain, too. It doesn't overspin you too much, and that's due to the grip that it has here. Unfortunately for us, it has a bit too much grip. But with that said, I'm going to give it the same score. I'm going to actually give it I'm going to give it a little better score simply because it's $100,000 less than the Komoda brand new. Or just, you know, stock. So we're going to go a 4.5 out of 10 on that. That'll bring us to driftability. The driftability is, it's a little bit below average, all right? We gave the Komoda a 5. I know I'm talking a lot about the Komoda, but I really feel like this is a very, very similar car to it in all reality. The 5 was right down the middle. Not very great, you know, not the best by any means, but not the worst either by any means. This is slightly lower. I'm going to have to give this, again, a 4 or a 4.5. I only did one build on it. I didn't go crazy with the suspension, the different modifications on the suspension, and see if there's any difference there. But again, those are minuscule changes that you're going to get from this car. So just judging off the bat, I'm going to give it a 4.5 here. It probably deserves a 4 in all reality. So yeah, let's go with a 4. So we're at a 4.5, a 4. That brings us to efficiency. Now, guys, I'm not going to change up the series. As I was saying earlier, there's some people that said, well, you shouldn't hit it for efficiency for not stancing. I mean, if it drifts well and it stances, you shouldn't hit it. But again, I'm going to make my point. If this vehicle would stance, it would be 10 times better. Maybe not 10 times, but it would be at least 100% better. Now, it doesn't stance, all right, straight up. So we'll never know what the handling line would be on this car if it did stance. So I have to hit it for that. I have to. It's just not the most efficient way that you can look at a drift car and judge it on a drift scale if it's not going to give you the best drift handling line in the game. Even the best drift cars in the game, if you don't stance them up, they're not the best drift cars. Yes, you can still drift them, just as you can drift this car, but it doesn't get as great of a grade. Does this thing handle the damage if you were to try to stance it? Yeah, but it doesn't stance, so I'm hitting it 2. I'm hitting it 2 on that. Damage, for the final aspect, let's throw some damage into this bad boy. It's minimal, I wouldn't say it's minimal driftability. I don't know, guys. I almost want to change the driftability a little bit, but I'm going to stick with my, all right, 4.5. All right, 4.5 on the damn driftability. So we got a 4.5 and a 4.5. We got to damage this thing up. I notice if you use the left brake, it'll keep you in the first gear speed boost a little bit, but that's not the second, it's not the second gear boost. You got to use a lot of left brake, though, and, like, really trick the car and keep it at a low, I don't know. Not what we're grading this car on, that's for dang sure. But mainly, I'm not noticing any hop in the rear end. I'm not noticing any real craziness with the steering up front where it gets abnormally twitchy or gets, you know, where it actually disappears a little bit, where it's not nearly as responsive. So I'm not going to hit it at all on damage. It's going to get itself, I believe, same as the Komoda, 8 out of 10. All right, so we're at 9 plus 8, 17 out of 30. It's a pretty average score when it comes to the Does It Drift lineup. I think 20 and up are decent drift cars. You get in the 23, 24, 25 range, those are good drift cars, and anything 25 and up are some of your best drift cars in the game, of course. Yes, we are going to be visiting the Does It Rally series with this vehicle. We'll build it up slightly different. We'll go into a rally build, and we'll bring it back on the rally track. Speaking of rally, that is the next big event that will be coming up, is a rally event. Following that, soon after that, probably in the same exact week, will also be a drift event, guys. So I am not neglecting the drift community. I know some people are believing, well, maybe he's just, no, he doesn't want to deal with it anymore. It's really what made this channel. I know it's what you guys want to see, but I really don't want to do that all the time, solely do it. I want to have some diversity on the channel, whether it means motorsports, whatever. That's how we're going to do it. Of course, guys, I appreciate every single one of you tuning in, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing the videos if you're sharing the videos. As always, I hope you all stay happy. Oh, of course, the Elgato has to glitch out there.